Children, let's study about the northern plains of India. You can see its extension is from Punjab till the northeastern part of India, means till Brahmaputra river. It's actually divided into 6 sections, but only 3 sections are given in your book. 6 sections are this one. Rajasthan plains are also considered in the northern plain. The westernmost part of Rajasthan is the desert. But when we talk about the northern part of the Rajasthan, means which is divided by the Aravalli ranges, the east, if you see it completely, then you find from the western, this will be the eastern part of Rajasthan. So this eastern part of Rajasthan is also considered in the northern plain. Next section is the Punjab plain. When moving ahead, we find the upper Ganga plain, and then the middle Ganga plain. Okay, this is middle Ganga plain, and next one will be the lower Ganga plain. This is the lower Ganga plain. As the Ganga moves towards the West Bengal, the lower Ganga plain, and after that we find the Assam region, means the Assam plain, which is made by the Ganga and Brahmaputra both, but especially Brahmaputra river. This entire part. This is Bangladesh, and this entire part when we move towards, this is Dispur. So this one is Assam plain. The western part of the northern plain is, but here we will study only about the 3 sections. So the western part is referred to the Punjab plain, formed by the Indus and its tributaries. So if we see the Indus river, so you can see in the map, Indus river is there. This is Indus river, which moves towards the Pakistan when it comes down. So its tributary will be Jhelum, Chenab river and Satluj. These all are the tributaries of Indus river. They form Doab. Doab means a large part of land which is formed by 2 rivers, a large part of fertile land which is actually irrigated by 2 rivers. That is called Doab. That is why Punjab, from the name itself, Punjab means the part of land which is irrigated by 5 rivers. So that is why it has got its name Punjab. But after partition, we hardly have 5 rivers. So over here we only found the 2 rivers which flow through Punjab. Now next one is the Ganga plain, which we can see here, the Uttar Pradesh area. Ganga plain, it extends between Ghaggar and Tista. Ghaggar river starts from here. So from Haryana itself we find its extension. So Ghaggar, and then Tista means till the West Bengal. Tista river flows to West Bengal. So Ghaggar till Tista rivers. It spreads over the states of North India. North India, here we will find Haryana, then Delhi also comes under it. This is New Delhi. So Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, this is Bihar, and some parts of Jharkhand and West Bengal. So Jharkhand also comes, and then we find the West Bengal. This entire area is covered by the Ganga plain. And Brahmaputra, when we talk about the Assam plain, then it is made by the Brahmaputra river, especially by the Brahmaputra river. When we talk about the plain, so here it will be a surprise that there is no relief feature. We consider that there is no relief feature, but actually relief features are found. The northern plain is divided into 4 regions by the descending rivers. So when the descending rivers, when they come down from the mountain ranges, so obviously they carry the big stones along with them. Big stones, the rocks, pebbles. So the part of the land which is constructed by the big stones, rocks and pebbles, that is, its extension is 8 to 16 kilometer area. Okay, so this you can see this just above the northern plain. So this area is formed by the pebbles, rocks and big stones. This is called the Bhabhar region. So the rivers, when they found the slope to come down to the plains. So this slopy area where they fall and collect these pebbles, stones and rocks. So this slopy area is called the Bhabar region. We find the small rivers when they come to this area. They here they completely perish, means they cannot be easily found, but the big rivers can be seen re-emerging and creating a wet, swampy and marshy area. Big rivers, then they start coming down. Small rivers, they completely perish in this area, but big rivers, they when they start coming down, so they create us marshy and swampy regions. So we can see in this part, big rivers create the marshy and swampy region, that is actually called, which is thick with the wildlife, forest and the other natural resources. So this one is called the Terai region. Terai region has the dense forest area. Then when they come down to the plain area, so this region is actually, it is the large part of the northern plain formed by the older alluvium, because here we do not found the maximum floods. So this is the, since this is little lifted, so rivers, since it is little lifted, so it is not always flooded by the rivers. So that is why the soil which is found here in this area is called the older alluvium, because this cannot be resumed, or you can say this cannot be renewed by the rivers. So this create a terrace like features. So this is called the Bhangar area. This the soil contains the calcareous deposits, means it will be little stony, and locally it is called Kankar area. But when the rivers come down completely, this part, so this is one of the fertile area that is called Khadar, and this is the newer and younger formation of land. They are renewed almost every year by the flood. So this is the most fertile area from Punjab to Uttar Pradesh, Bihar till Jharkhand. Then we find the West Bengal also in this area.